Hey, this is Steve with Real Progressives. When you hear things that you don't like, does it make your head snap? Do you get angry? Do you push back? Does it cause you to tune out? Does it cause you to ignore someone's words? When you hear something that doesn't measure up, that you don't like, makes you feel bad, sad, whatever, does it cause you to say, well, I can't hear anything that person has to say then because they upset my feels? If so, you're missing out on an awful lot of important information. I've made a decision that I'd rather every one of you hate me. I'd rather every last one of you hate my guts than tell you a lie. I would rather you go around and just frickin' hate me to death than tell you a lie. Because I have got things on the line here that are just far more important than anybody's feels. Seriously. Last night, I read the riot act to the Op 270 crew and the whole Write-In Bernie crew. And that upset a lot of people, and I don't care. I'm laying it out there straight for you. Not because I don't like you. Not because I don't want to be your bud. Not because I don't want to work with you as a revolutionary with you. But because we can't afford to be silent when you know something is ignorant, when you know something is about to screw us up. We can't afford to be silent. I'll give you an example. I don't think Jill's actually the one that does all her tweeting, but Jill Stein today wrote a tweet that said, wouldn't it be great if our tax dollars didn't fund all these things? So what do you think I did? Do you think I just walked away and said, well, I'm supporting Jill, so I can't really say anything negative to that? Hell no, man. I came back and said, Jill, you're making it really hard for me to defend your policies and your Green New Deal when you're not standing on proper economics that I can help explain to people that you're not crazy as hell, that you really do know what you're talking about, that your plan is really awesome, and that I can help sell it. It's one thing to want the things that she's talking about. But then once you get outside of us friendly progressives, once you get outside of us friendly Greens and other revolutionaries, and the people that don't like us say, well, how are you going to pay for it? How are you going to get any of this thing done if you don't teach your followers, you teach your supporters? How the hell are you going to pay for it? The reality is that we are monetarily sovereign, right, Jill? I mean, you know this. I know this. Why don't we let our people know this so they can help us fight this fight? Again, I'd rather everybody under the sun hate my guts for telling the truth than like me for telling a lie. I'm okay with that. I really am. The things we're fighting for are so much more important than people feeling warm and fuzzy. If you get turned off by a message because you don't like the tone, get over it. Seriously, get over it. There's so much more important shit out there. And unfortunately, people, when they're not awake, they don't listen. Let me tell you guys about monetary sovereignty. It'll be really pleasurable, and it will help your sensibilities. And you'll really like it, I promise. Ding! It's not going to get it done. Nobody wants to read about economics as it is. Nobody wants to pay attention to the details. They just want to feel something, and they don't care if they're right or wrong. They just want to go a million miles an hour. I'm telling you guys, it's more important sometimes to be right and understand why you're right so you can teach other people to be right than just to be outraged without any kind of merit behind it. Knowledge of this stuff is so important. If you don't understand what you're fighting for, if you don't understand what it is you're doing, how the hell are you leading anybody anywhere? Think about it. If you do a protest or you do a rally and you do it near Secret Service, did you know that's a federal offense? Do you know that's a felony? That's not just some misdemeanor? If you don't know that, you should do your research. If you don't know that taxes don't fund spending, well, now you do, and you should do your research. If you run around praising deficit reduction and you don't realize it's actually destroying the nation, you should do some research. Stop getting yourself in a bunch because you don't like the delivery somebody gave you. Get the feels and get them the hell out of here. People are dying while you're sweating the feels. First world problems, people. Get over yourself. Seriously, get over yourself. It's so important that you guys start realizing that this shit is for real and that we've got to play the long game here. There is so much stuff going on around us that we'll never know. No matter how many WikiLeaks dumps there are, we will never know. So it's up to us to keep informing one another, to stay in truth, the best truth we have, and not perpetuate lies and myths that make our feels good, but have no basis in fact, that are just destroying the movement one person at a time. I don't say the things I say because I need a buddy. I say them because I need fellow revolutionaries to help out. Can I count on you? Can I count on you guys to stop getting caught up in the feels and start focusing on real, honest-to-God, thoughtful, intellectual, intelligent revolution? A revolution that is lasting, not just a flash in the pan. That's the most important thing. Think about all the waves that we've seen throughout this process. We've seen Occupy, we've seen this, we've seen that. The knock on Occupy, people weren't organized. The knock on Occupy, they didn't have clear leadership, they didn't have an agenda, they didn't have whatever. We've got to learn from our mistakes and not repeat them over and over and over again. I'm trying desperately to supply knowledge. I'm not looking for a stroke. I'm not looking for a kiss on the cheek, but Arn gave me one. Thank you, Arn, you big guy. I'm looking for people, revolutionaries, that want to freaking really be educators first. They want to work with people to teach them and give them the tools that it takes to be able to train one, to teach one, to elevate others. Because I can't do it alone, you can't do it alone, we can't do it alone. It's not me, it's us. And just being angry isn't gonna get it done. It's not. It's a good start, but you should know why you're angry so that you can tell someone else properly, not just wailing and yelling and raising your fist in the sky. I want you guys to understand how important it is that progressives retain the high ground, the intellectual high ground. We've got to be the educators to rebuild society. We've got to be the ones that teach people about sensibilities, about not holding on to old myths, so that we can have progress, the root of progressive. Without knowledge, there can be no progress. We gotta have it, folks. And I need you guys with me, at my side. You can hate me, you can pluck my ears, you know, you can shoot a spitball at me for all I care. Make a funny meme, I don't care. But at least follow the knowledge. Do the research. Be an intellectual revolutionary so we have something substantive to build from. We need to build a new orthodoxy. We need to build a new way of training one another up in truth. This angry thing only lasts for so long and then people get burned out. Anger without knowledge is very temporary. It's very tough to stay angry 24/7, isn't it? Eventually you just check out. We don't have the time for checking out. So we gotta be smart. We gotta stay smart. Anyway, this is Steve with Real Progressives, hoping you wanna be a smart, committed revolutionary, a real progressive. Thank you all very much. Have a great day.